For decades, Bruce Willis was defined by motion, energy, and presence, a performer whose confidence filled screens without effort. When his family later spoke about his health, their words were careful, not dramatic, shaped by uncertainty rather than explanation. There was no single moment when everything changed, no clear line between before and after. Instead, the shift arrived quietly through small signs that only those closest could recognize. The man who once carried entire films with sharp timing and voice began to move at a different rhythm, slower, inward, more contained. Stepping away from acting was not framed as retreat, but as necessity. Fame, wealth, and legacy offered no shield against change. What remained was a family adjusting to a new reality, learning how to communicate without the familiar tools of language. In that space, silence was not absence. It became the new form of presence, requiring patience rather than explanation. A career built on endurance, not excess. Bruce Willis's rise in Hollywood was never accidental. Long before blockbuster success, he built his career through persistence, moving between small roles and demanding schedules with discipline. When major films arrived, they brought not only visibility, but long-term professional stability through careful choices. Rather than chasing spectacle, he selected roles that allowed durability, ensuring his work continued to matter beyond opening weekends. Over time, this approach created security for his family, not through excess, but through consistency. As acting became impossible, that foundation quietly did its work. The absence of new projects did not create collapse or panic. Instead, systems already in place continued to function, allowing focus to shift from career to care. Planning for care without losing meaning. As Bruce Willis's health needs increased, the family faced decisions no one ever hopes to make. Planning was not about control, but protection, ensuring his comfort and security over time. Financial arrangements were approached with care, not urgency, designed to reduce future uncertainty rather than invite conflict. Legal structures existed to serve one purpose: stability. Each document carried weight beyond numbers, representing responsibility rather than ownership. Those involved have spoken about how difficult these moments were, not because of disagreement, but because they made change undeniable. Preparing for long-term care meant acknowledging limits while preserving respect. The process was quiet, deliberate, and emotionally taxing, yet it reflected something consistent with Bruce's life, a preference for order over chaos. Wealth did not erase grief, but it allowed space for compassion. Living with a condition that alters connection. When the family confirmed Bruce Willis's diagnosis, they chose clarity without spectacle. The condition explained changes that had already been unfolding, offering understanding rather than solutions. It affected communication, expression, and interaction, reshaping daily life in ways that words could not fully capture. For Bruce, the loss was not public identity, but the ability to engage as he once had. For those around him, the challenge became learning a new language of presence, recognizing connection through gestures, expressions, and shared moments. Care shifted from treatment toward comfort and routine, creating an environment designed to reduce stress and preserve familiarity. There was no expectation of recovery, only a commitment to stability. The family has emphasized that he remains aware in his own way, responsive to love even when language fades. What endures is not performance but recognition, a bond maintained through patience rather than conversation. Children learning. Love without words. For Bruce Willis's children, the experience of his illness is shaped by memory and age. His older daughters carry vivid recollections of an active, engaged father, one who balanced work with family presence. For the younger children, their understanding is different, built around a quieter figure who exists within routine and care. The family has been intentional about helping them understand that absence of speech does not mean absence of love. Daily rituals became important: reading, music, shared silence, moments of closeness that require nothing in return. These acts are not symbolic gestures, but practical expressions of connection. The children have been encouraged to remain present rather than search for responses. In doing so, they learn a form of empathy few experience so early. a household with many roles to hold. Bruce Willis's family structure reflects a life lived across chapters, bringing together children from different stages and relationships. In times of health, this complexity was navigated naturally. Illness, however, reshapes dynamics, assigning new responsibilities where none existed before. His wife now carries the practical weight of care and coordination, balancing emotional demands with administrative realities. That role is not about authority, but stewardship. Decisions regarding health, finances, and daily structure are made with oversight and accountability, guided by previously established wishes. The process requires constant balance, ensuring transparency while protecting privacy. Though challenges arise, public narratives of conflict do not reflect the private reality described by those involved. Cooperation rather than competition defines the family's approach. The personality that shaped every choice. To understand Bruce Willis's response to life's final chapter, one must understand the man he had always been. As a child, he faced challenges with speech that forced him inward before performance drew him outward. Acting was not an escape, but a method of control, a way to master expression rather than avoid it. That discipline remained throughout his career. Colleagues consistently described him as focused, professional, and uninterested in spectacle beyond the work itself. Fame did not reshape his values. Family remained central, privacy fiercely protected. He avoided unnecessary exposure, choosing substance over noise. That same instinct now defines how his illness is handled. There are no dramatic statements, no public appeals, no attempts to shape narrative. Silence is not denial. It is alignment with a lifelong preference for restraint. Respect. Instead of performance in difficult years, as Bruce Willis stepped away from public life, there was no farewell tour or stage goodbye. His withdrawal was gradual, natural, and respectful. The family resisted framing his condition as spectacle, choosing protection over explanation. Care became a private matter, guided by professionals and shaped by familiarity. Adjustments to living arrangements were made with intention, designed to create calm rather than separation. While such decisions are often misunderstood from the outside, those closest have emphasized that they were necessary and compassionate. The goal was not isolation, but safety and stability. Bruce remained surrounded by family, visited often, recognized and included. In rare shared moments, what stands out is not decline, but gentleness. His expression, though quieter, still reflects warmth. These years are not defined by loss alone, but by the effort to preserve quality of life. Respect, rather than resistance, guides every choice. A legacy beyond roles and recognition. Bruce Willis's legacy extends far beyond box office numbers or iconic characters. It exists in the standards he set quietly: reliability, discipline, and fairness. On set, he was known for professionalism rather than ego. Off-screen, he maintained clear boundaries between work and home. These qualities created respect that endured long after the spotlight moved elsewhere. Honors and recognition matter, but they are not the measure of his impact. What resonates more deeply is how his life demonstrates preparation, resilience, and acceptance. He did not chase reinvention through noise, nor cling to relevance when circumstances changed. Instead, he allowed life to shift naturally, trusting those around him. His journey offers a different model of success, one where strength is not defined by dominance, but by steadiness. Even now, his influence continues, not through appearances, but through the values he embodied consistently over time. When presence outlives performance today, Bruce Willis exists largely outside public view, yet his presence feels more defined than ever. A moment of recognition, a glance, a shared silence, these are now the markers of connection. His story does not follow the familiar arc of dramatic downfall or heroic comeback. Instead, it reflects endurance shaped by acceptance. The family continues forward, carrying responsibility while honoring memory. What remains is not tragedy, but transition. His life reminds us that meaning does not vanish when words disappear. Sometimes it becomes quieter, requiring attention rather than applause. Bruce Willis does not need to speak to be understood, nor appear to be remembered. His legacy lives in film, family, and the calm dignity with which change has been met. In a world that often demands explanation, his silence stands as its own statement, one shaped by trust, love, and the courage to step back when the moment arrives.